Hi, Dave.
Hey, good to be back. Good to be back.
Glad to have you back.
Yeah, gorgeous outside, getting a little warmer outside, nicer. Got to hold on to those warmer days while we can.
Nice.
It's been awful cold in the mornings, but yeah.
Dave is also a professor at Jackson College, and for many years helmed the movie series.
Yep.
Now we've got Matt.
Mike.
Sorry, Matt.
So his last name is Mara, so it's Mike Mara. So
Mike
it's like,
Mara.
It feels like it should be Matt, though.
It should be Matt
It
Mara.
should be Matt. Yeah. Yeah. You know, as I was sitting here, I was like, oh, I was going to look up what movie Mike is showing on Monday, but I don't remember what it is.
It's Friday. Monday is Friday.
Yeah. Oh, he's showing Friday on Monday. Oh, that'd be fun to go see that. I wonder if I can sneak out and go see that. It's a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
Yep.
All right. So looks like the new fall shows. They're starting.
Whatever that means. Yeah. It was funny because I had my sister-in-law over, and she was like, "Oh, she's younger," and she was just saying how Abbott Elementary started their new season, and she's like, "That's weird that they started it now." And I was like, "Wait, no, that's when they used to be." I said, it's just the season's just there's no such thing as fall TV season anymore."
No.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, each network would do a fall preview show, like on a Saturday or Sunday when they're trying to fill airtime in like August or something like that, and you would watch that show to see what the new shows were that are coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And TV Guide just to come out with a fall preview edition, and everyone got really excited about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's actually now. I mean, it used to be September.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of it varies, and it also kind of depends on your interest. Like it used to be like more fall shows, and then the summer was reality TV and game shows. But still feels like a lot of game shows over the summer. We're still catching up on Pressure Luck, which is which I love. Elizabeth Banks is the host, and she's outstanding. So we still have some of those to watch from the summer on demand. We're watching, but yeah, it's the only I know some of the I don't even know most of the fall shows anymore. But as your entertainment correspondent, maybe I'm going to be fired or something. But I know they all have to do with the following things: on 911, police, or medical. That's all. Every show on television, right? Pretty much one of those three things. So yeah.
Yeah, all of the shows this week that are new: FBI International, FBI, Wicked Winter Ale, FBI, Mexico, and then Matlock. Not that Matlock.
Oh yeah, that's Kathy Bates is doing that new Matlock, isn't it? That might be interesting to see. Actually, I'd like to see her in that.
I watched the first one.
Was it good?
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I bet she'd be entertaining in that role. That would be a good. She's got that fun. I think she's never really got a chance too much to play comedies or play humor a little bit. Not that Matlock is a comedy, but has comedic moments in it, and I think she would bring a great weight to that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even really say much about it if you haven't watched the first one because. It's full of there's things that happen that are her name's Matlock. No, it's not.
Oh, it's not Matlock.
It's not.
Okay.
Not really. But
they call her Matlock. Does it have like guest stars from old? Does it have like older guest stars in it?
Like Dick Van Dyke?
Yeah, but not whatever the new Dick Van Dyke would be. I don't know who that would be. Harry Shearer or somebody. I don't know. Who's? Because it's like I forget that I'm old now, and it's like now the people I watched when I was older or younger, who are a little bit older than me, they would be the guest stars on Matlock now. Come in and murder,
Matlock.
Billy Crystal comes in and commits a murder or something.
Rosie Greer.
Right. Old Rosie Greer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gavin
a very
McLeod.
Small segment of your audience. Yeah.
Oh, they don't do that anymore. Must be money.
It must be because that was also one of the great things about TV then, because it would be like these weird old vaudevillian actors from the 20s coming in and guest starring on these shows. We need some version of that nowadays.
I don't know what they do with those actors now, because they used to have the game shows.
Yeah,
they could throw them on there.
Well, there's been talk about this lately about, and I've been interested in it as well, as how we pass our culture down. In the sense of, in a big idea of how we pass our culture down, because a lot of things like, on TBS for 24 hours a day would run The Hunt for Red October. You know what I mean? You could watch, these movies were always for younger kids, that like those were on, or the I Love the '90s or the I Love the '80s shows that were on VH1 for a while. A lot of millennials learned about pop culture from that show, from watching old movies on TBS. I learned a lot about 50s and 40s from watching, repeats of I Love Lucy and seeing Match Game and seeing some old stars on there or whatever. That doesn't exist. It's you pick what you want to watch, and that's what you get to watch.
You're right.
There isn't that, and so I mean, it's not good or bad. It's just like, how is that culture going to be passed down to other generations? Not that they need to know who everybody is, but how will they even know who some of those people are or whatever in there? Yeah.
Well, and on the other hand, my generation, we don't know so many of today's stars, the internet people who are they?
Yeah.
We have no idea.
Yeah, that's part of it. I used a magnifying glass on a slide recently, and I put it on there, and I had some anxiety about it because I was like, does Generation Z even know what a magnifying glass is? I mean, really, like, would they ever, like, I was kind of like, do they know what the symbol of what that means? And so I asked them, I said, do you know what that means? And they laughed at me because they're like, yeah, we didn't use them in 4th grade. I was like, okay, at least I know some things are still being used out there. But like, if you showed a VHS tape to a 18-year-old, they wouldn't know what that is. But,
no.
Again, why should they? But it's also just like, these are the things that should be somewhat passed down. Mm-hmm.
These times, they are changing.
The times changing, yep.
What are you watching on TV these days?
Our number one is Great British Bake Off, which we're watching and loving. It's available. I don't know when we're watching it the day it comes out in Britain, but it's also available on Netflix. Like, I think it comes out Wednesdays, maybe.
We're watching it on Netflix, and it's I think we've seen 2, maybe 3.
Okay.
Bread week.
Yeah, we've seen 4. We just watched the most recent one. The British one is on Mondays, and we just watched that one last night, and that was Caramel week. Caramel. I can't remember how they pronounce it.
So is it the same season?
It's the same season. It's just if you can get it through Britain, you get it a couple days early or a day early or something like that. So, but it is on Netflix, and you can watch it, and it's outstanding. I think the group of people they got this year is outstanding. It's amazing bakers, and the Paul Hollywood, the big guys, like even said that. He said this is one of the best groups we've had in a long time, and he's like, to some individual bakers, he said, like, this is the best thing I've ever seen done here. Or whatever. Yeah. So it's it seems like they really focused good on the challenges for the bakers, and they focused good on really great contestants there with it. So yeah, I'm rooting for Nellie. That's who I'm rooting for.
Oh,
I love Nellie. I think she's great. She's the Austrian woman. The big woman, and just happy and joyful, and she's just great. I love her. Yeah.
Well, the show is something we watch too, and you don't have to be a baker to appreciate or enjoy it. If you like to eat, well, that's a good reason, but it's just great TV.
Buy some Oreos and have them next to you, because you're going to want to eat something sweet while you're watching it. But like, that's what we do. We got a bag of Oreos, and we just kind of munch on a couple while we're watching it, and turn the subtitles on. Make sure you do that as well, because the accents, and they talk fast. And I mean, it's we were just talking about this before the segment started. Was like, there's no reward. There's no $1 million prize. There's not even a $10 prize. There's a plate that you win in honor of being the British Bake Off winner. And it's fascinating. These people just and you get to know them really well, and you get rooting for them, and you know certain people you're rooting for, and it's just great. It's a really great television.
Yeah, and besides Prue and Paul, the judges, the hosts are really good too.
Yeah. The new host, 2 years. She's been on there 2 years. Her name just went out of my head, and both their names just went out of my head actually.
Me too. I can't think of their names.
But yeah, they're great.
Neil
and Paula. No. But anyway, they're hilarious, and they're funny, and they have a great chemistry with themselves. She's brought a great sweetness to the hosting. She's like, when bakers are having a problem, she will give them hugs, and she's very, very funny, but she's also kind of brought a very kindness and a sweetness to it that I feel like is a good touch. They need it as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yep.
All right.
If you ever want something really entertaining, read Prue's Wikipedia entry. It is fascinating. That woman has led one of the most fascinating lives you will ever read about. She is a fascinating woman. I was like, who is this woman? I was reading about her. She's like, I mean, she's put like 5 restaurants. It's insane. Her resume and her life is I would like to see a movie of her life. I would watch a movie of her life. It's that fascinating.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
read her Wikipedia entry. It's amazing. Yeah.
Prue Leith.
Prue Leith. Yep.
All right. Oh man, we're out of time.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Dave DeBaker, entertainment correspondent. Well, then.